Hello, everyone. I'm about to switch the camera. Welcome. I'm adjusting the camera. And then I'm going to check to see if I can see the chat. Now, before I check to see if I can see people in chat, let's see. You can see I've already started the painting, an underpainting. This is an underpainting, and then I did start painting over on this side a little bit just to test it out. But Vincent van Gogh used very textural paint, extremely textural paint. So the way I decided to go was use this modeling paste, which is very thick, and paint that first so that I would have really textural paint. Let me see if you can see this, how textural it is. Vincent van Gogh he used the impasto technique, very thick. And I just decided to do modeling paste underneath to recreate that texture. Let me check the chat for a minute. Okay, I can see the chat. So let me check the chat. Hi, Kylie. So glad you can make it. Thank you, Bobby. So glad you're in here being a moderator. Thank you to my moderators for while I'm painting, and if new people come in the room, moderators could welcome people in the room. That would be really great help, because I will not, of course, I will not be having my eye on the chat the whole, like every 5 minutes, maybe every 10 minutes, or 5 to 10 minutes, I might check the chat. Hi, Artsy Studios. Ozarks, hello. Oh, hi, Cliff. And Mary, welcome. Okay, those are the people that I saw so far. Sorry if I missed some people. I welcome everybody. Now, I just want to explain. Can somebody just say yes, you can hear me, that the audio's okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I know the audio's okay because I'm hearing it over here. Okay. Because I have chat on. Okay. Okay, I want to tell you, this is a challenge. I was challenged to do this, to recreate the famous masterpiece Starry Night. Just a minute, I'm turning the volume down on chat so we don't hear, so I don't hear my echo. Yeah, so I don't hear my echo. I was challenged to paint this by ARTSY Studios. He's in the chat right now. His name is Tyrone Webb, but his channel name is ARTSY Studios, and he's in the chat right now. And we did a challenge / collaboration, and he challenged me to recreate Starry Night, and he has a series on his channel where he recreates masterpieces. In a series, he recreates masterpieces. So he challenged me to recreate the masterpiece Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, and I have challenged him to recreate the masterpiece by Salvador Dali called Persistence of Memory. His video will be ready most likely this week, and after this stream I will link his channel below in the description box. So as I paint, I'm going to talk to you about 7 facts. As I paint, I'm going to be telling you 7 facts about Starry Night and 12 facts about Vincent van Gogh himself. I already told you the first fact already. He painted in a very textured style which was called impasto. And Starry Night is in the top 5, I would say, it's my guess, it's in the top 5 most famous masterpieces in the world, meaning that more people in the whole world have seen Starry Night because it might be in advertisements and commercials and things like that. So it has so much exposure. Most people in the world have seen Starry Night. Just like Mona Lisa is the #1 most famous masterpiece in the world, but Starry Night is, I'd say, in the top 5. Okay, I'm gonna start painting, and if you can see the swirl, let me show you a picture of the finished one. So that's just a photocopy of Starry Night, the original, and as you can see, the focal point is the swirling wind and the stars, the swirling wind and the stars. And the village you can hardly see in the village that much because it's in the dark and it doesn't have as much details, but the focal point is the swirling wind. Now, another fact number, I don't know what 4 or 5 that I'm on, is that back in 1885, and I might be wrong because I have to check the date on my list, when he painted this, nobody could understand why he painted the way wind looks. That was very strange to them. They're used to realistic paintings where, okay, they could tell the wind was blowing because the hat was flying off somebody's head or leaves were blowing in the wind, and then you could tell. It's very realistic paintings, and you could tell, oh yes, the wind is blowing. But to actually paint the way the wind looks was a very strange concept to people. And Mary says Starry Night's one of her favorites. Yeah, a lot of people love Starry Night. Oh, hi Eileen. Thanks for coming. Thanks for visiting. And Ian's here. Thanks a lot for visiting. Okay, I'm going to get to more of the painting now. Okay, I got my paint already mixed. Okay, I just want to say the masterpiece of Starry Night is daunting. This is very daunting to try to do this. So I'm going to do the best I can. And I did research to try to see, you know, more about better way to paint it and tips on how to paint it. But I have to tell you, this is very daunting. Because I'm not going to, his is a masterpiece. Of another fact about, and I can't go in order, but one of the facts about Van Gogh's life is he only sold one painting in his whole life of his 10-year painting career. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Okay, I'm using an angle brush and I'm using acrylic paint. His was oil on canvas. He did paint oil on canvas. And he did not create texture ahead of time, like what I did with the modeling paste. I created the texture of the painting ahead of time with the modeling paste. He did not do that, but I'm recreating it in my own way. So I decided that that would be a good way to go for showing texture. So and I think I'm gonna lower the, I don't want my head to get in the way. Next time I might be able to have music on my live stream, but I couldn't figure it out for today. So I'm making kind of like dash marks, and the painting it goes in different stages. Where it goes, actually, art many times goes through an ugly stage. I used to teach elementary school and the kids would say, what are you doing? It doesn't look like it. And I have to tell them, no, it doesn't look like it right away. We have to go through different steps and many steps. And then I'd even tell them it can go through an ugly stage. But it's built up in layers. This is, right now I'm only going to be, well, I'm not counting the underpainting. This is the first layer. Oh. Yes, these are the stars, but this is going to get covered over with yellow. The stars are going to get covered over with yellow once it dries. But we need the blue there because a lot of blue shows through the yellow. A lot of blue shows through the yellow, and that's why we need this blue here, even though these are where the stars are. Actually, because I've already put this modeling paste texture down, I do not have to make these dashed lines so much for right now. When I do my medium, I'm going to do medium blue next. First it's going to be light blue. My next layer is going to be medium blue. My third layer will be dark blue. And then once I probably do medium and dark blue, I'm going to start make sure I'm making those dash marks more. If anybody has questions, I can check periodically in the chat. I can let you know because I can't. I don't know if I can scroll down to the history of the chat, but I'll let you know right before I'm going to check the chat again, and you can have your question ready. Okay, another fact about Starry Night is that it was painted oil on canvas, and I'm not using oil, I'm using acrylic on canvas. I am using a canvas board. He painted oil on canvas. He painted it in 1889, and it was 29 by 36 inches. I have a whole bunch of other facts, but I'm sprinkling them in as I paint. As many of you might know, I have a vision disability, and right now, for me, I would want my head closer right now, but my head's gonna get in the camera, even though I did figure out I can move the camera down. I probably will try to do that today. Right now, for this layer, I don't need to, but I am going to be able to get closer to the camera, closer to the canvas without my head getting in the way, because I figured out how to raise and lower the camera. So painting and curving lines, because the whole sky has so much movement in it. It's all swirling. And even the hill right here, I'm not going to paint it in a solid color. Well, it might end up being kind of solid, but I'm painting it kind of with curved brush strokes. That's another thing. You could see the impasto, thick impasto paint. You can see the brush strokes. So I'm going to go on. I have to get my next color. I'm going to go on to medium blue next. If you have questions now, you could ask them in the chat. Oh, excuse me if you hear me talking to myself in the background. Oh, thanks, Sylvia. Thanks for visiting. Thank you so much for your kind words. Oh, hi, John Klopp. Yes, this is acrylic paint. But Van Gogh painted it in oil, and I'm doing it. Somebody challenged me to paint this masterpiece, so it's very daunting to me, but I'm going to do the best I can because I'm in a collaboration, and I've challenged that person to paint something that I told at the beginning. Anna is asking how she would start as a beginner. I'm going to have to address that question, how she would start as a beginner. I might have to address that question in a video, in a future video. And if she checks my channel, I do have, check my channel I do have beginner acrylic painting videos. You just go search my channel, and I do have several, I do have a beginner series in acrylic painting. So check them out. Oh, thanks, Ian. Thanks for your kind words. Oh, yes, hi, Anna. Okay, I'm stepping away from chat now, and I'm going to continue with medium blue next. I didn't even wash my brush out with water. I'm using an angle brush, if you can see this. And now I'm going to use medium blue. I think I have to lower the camera for this. So now I see that you can only see parts of this, and I will move it as I work. But now it helps me so I can get closer. One thing about, I did modeling paste to get the texture ahead of time, and it's a little bit of a challenge in getting into the crevices of that. Oops, sorry, I forgot to move the camera. Yeah, I got to move the canvas so you can see. Oh, hi, Dina. I can see a little bit of the chat in my iPhone because I'm filming with my iPhone. And I can see a little bit of the chat. If Dina just got here, she's a really good painter. She actually specializes in this kind of painting, impasto painting. She has a name for the style that she created. And And Dean, I just want to tell you, I was challenged to paint this by ARTSY Studios, who's in the chat. We were doing a collaboration. He challenged me to do a recreation of a masterpiece, and I've challenged him to do a recreation of a Salvador Dali masterpiece. And I had used modeling paste underneath already to create the texture. Another fact, I can tell you another fact about Vincent van Gogh was that everybody knows he mutilated his left ear. He self-mutilated his left ear in a fit of rage towards his artist friend Gauguin. Gauguin was a very famous artist. Gauguin was a famous artist during that time. Van Gogh was not famous. He only sold one painting his whole 10-year painting career. But Gauguin, I'm pretty sure Gauguin did sell paintings. Did sell his painting. Anyway, in a fit of rage, instead of hurting somebody else, he turned it on himself and self-mutilated his left ear. Okay, 5 months after, and that happened in December of 1888. I've checked the date on that, but I have it written down. I believe in 1888. He did that in December of 1888. 5 months later, he admitted himself to, back then they called it an asylum. We call them mental hospitals nowadays. Back then they called it an asylum. He self-admitted himself 5 months later in May of 1889. And 1 month later, in June of 1889, he painted Starry Night by looking at the view outside his asylum bedroom window. Okay, let me try to move this. Yeah, you can see right there. Okay, another fact about Starry Night, the painting itself, is that it was a view outside of his asylum window, but the village was not there. It's an idealized version of a village from his imagination. And yes, I'm correct. This painting was created in June of 1889. and it's currently in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. I have to switch to dark blue paint now. So I'm going to finish the sky first before I do the down here. I have to switch to dark blue. If people have questions now, they can put it in the chat, because maybe then I can see it. Oh, welcome, Crafting with Fury. Oh, thank you for your kind words. Pecan Baby. Oh, Pecan Baby. Can you? She had a problem with hearing me last time. Because of my accent. To her, it sounded like I have an accent. So I'm wondering, Pecan Baby, can you hear me better today? Oh, Soleil Man Art's here. Welcome. You could. Oh yes, Ian. I could have mixed the paint into the modeling paste, but I thought this would be easier for me. I don't know why. I just thought I would try it this way. Okay, good. Okay, that's good, Pecan Baby. She can hear me better today. Good. Okay, I'm working on the sky and the stars first, and next thing I'm going to do is dark blue, which is going to be phthalo blue. For artists out there, you know phthalo blue. It's one of my favorite blues. Another fact about now some facts about Van Gogh. I'm done with 7 facts. I gave you 7 facts about Starry Night the painting. Now I got 12 facts about Van Gogh. He was born on March 30th, 1853, so his birthday's coming up. March 30th, 1853, in the Netherlands, I believe in Holland. And he wanted to be a church minister. His father was a church minister. He grew up in a very religious family. His father was a minister. He wanted to become a minister. And he did start becoming a minister. He worked as a minister. I think he did missionary work. And I don't know what happened that I'm not sure what happened where he stopped doing that. But at age 27, he decided because he had an uncle who was an art dealer, and he had worked for several years in the shop, in the art gallery, and learned a lot actually about art just by dealing with art, but didn't think then about becoming an artist, and because he was a very honest person, and his uncle wanted him to lie about art and stuff, and he didn't like that. So at age 20, I don't know what happened that made him not want to be a minister anymore, but he started. I'm trying to see if this blue is dark enough. Anyway, at age 27, he decided to become an artist, and his painting career lasted for 10 years. He painted over 900 paintings in 10 years. Maybe many of you know about his sunflowers. He's also very famous for his sunflower paintings. I might have to add some black to this because to me that's looking like the same color. I think I need to add some. I have to step away and add some black. I know, I didn't get to the part yet about why his painting career was only 10 years. Some of you might know why. I could tell you that in a few minutes. Oh, excuse me. Somebody here is calling me in our house. Just a minute. What? Yes, okay, I'm live. I'm doing some live streaming on YouTube. I'm live. Have a good time. We had a family friend that's visiting today to visit with my husband, and he called up the steps my husband told him, but he didn't listen, and I told him I'm up on YouTube. They're going out to early dinner now to celebrate a late celebration of my husband's birthday, which was on March 2nd, and his friend didn't take him out yet. Sorry. I'm only painting, let's see, can you see this part of the picture? Yeah, I think you can. I'm just painting a little part right here. We're going to come back to that later. And I think I have to dry this next. Next thing is going to be the yellow stars and the moon. So if anybody has any questions, you can put them in the chat because I'm going to check in a minute. Yes, Sylvia's talking about Fauvists. Van Gogh is considered a post-impressionist. So he came after the Impressionists. He was friends, I believe he was friends with many of the Impressionists, but post-impressionism. Oh yes, I appreciate if people remember to click the thumbs up. I know I probably won't get 100, but apparently if you can get 100 thumbs up, that's when YouTube starts recommending out your videos and suggesting them. That would be a dream come true if I got 100 thumbs up, but please click the thumbs up. Hi, Soleiman Art. And thank you to my moderators again for doing a good job. Okay, Sylvia asked, Diana, did you go to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam? Oh no, I've never been to Northern Europe. I've only been to Southern Europe. So no, I've not been there. Oh, thanks, Kylie. Thanks for the kind words. Now, now some of this underpainting's still showing. And I think I'm going to go back in with some light. Already I got enough dark. I'm going to go back in with some light. Before I do the stars. Let's see, does this dry? I think I'm going to dry it. So sorry, I can't mute this, so here's my loud dryer. I apologize for the noise. Maybe in the future I could learn how to mute that. I don't know. I don't know yet how to do that. Here's where it gets tricky because of my vision disability, that I really need to get close on where exactly all the underpainting is still showing. I kind of, even though you can see it because of the texture, the color, I lost some of the swirling. because of the color, and I don't even know if I might need to go in. Oh, I'll probably go in with some pale yellow or white. An hour is almost up, and of course I think I'm going to go for another hour and see how much I get done. And if I don't finish, I'm making a video of the last part of creating this painting, but I'm going to go for I'm going to probably go for another hour. Van Gogh really liked outlining things with black, so I might even go back later and outline these with black. So, for anybody that came in the room, I'm giving facts about Van Gogh and the painting. And right now, this fact, he painted over 900 paintings in his 10-year career, from age 27 to 37. He only sold one painting in his whole life, and his brother Theo, who happened to be an art dealer, who really tried to help him out, who was an art dealer but never could manage to sell any of his paintings, supported him financially. Van Gogh never got married or had children. Yeah, Van Gogh really liked to outline things with black. He did that a lot in the village down there. All right, I think I'm going to add the yellow stars now. And for that, I have to dry it. Like I said, paintings go through stages, and some people that really don't know about creating art don't realize the stages that art has to go through. And they'll say, "Oh, that doesn't look like it," and that's because it does not look like the finished painting right away. It goes through stages. This is white mixed with yellow, but I forget what kind of yellow. It's any yellow you could use and mix it with white. Okay, that's the wind. That's not a star, right? Okay, no. So I'm gonna get confused. Okay. This one is a star. Again, thank you everybody who has visited today. Okay, where's my... Oh, sorry if I... Okay, yeah, I'm still on camera. Okay. And that moon, that's just an underpainting right here with this yellow. That moon really is orange in the original Starry Night. And you can take a look at it here, and you see, look how he kind of made the moon orange. But I'm trying to find, I've lost my stars. I got to look at this for finding the stars. I didn't put all the stars in, he did, but that's... For those that came in recently, I'm doing this as a challenge. The channel ARTSY Studios challenge, it's called a collaboration / challenge. He has challenged me to recreate Starry Night masterpiece, and I have challenged him to recreate Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali, which he will have his video ready probably this coming week. I just chose to do mine as a live stream. His is going to probably be a video, unless maybe he will do it a live stream, I'm not sure. But I will link his channel below after this video is over, and I can add description in the description box. This is the wind, that's the wind, because I almost touched that with made that a star. Star there. Did have another star up here. I don't have a liner brush that I know of, and I think a liner brush would have worked better on some of this, but I'm doing the best I can with my angle brush. Now I'm going to use like a yellowish orangey yellow, and put a spot right in the middle, and paint that moon orangey, and a spot of orange yellow in the middle of each star. Okay, this moon's hard to paint if I can't get up close. I'm happy how it looks, except for the, I think it needs more definition here in the wind. Which I tried to do with the black, and then I tried to do with the, maybe I need to add some white. I'm gonna check the chat. Ian wrote something, a long sign writer's coach liner brush would work well. I know, I don't think I have one. I have so many brushes and I don't think I have that one. Bye, Pecan baby. Thank you for visiting. Oh, thanks, Artsy Studio, for your kind words. Thank you, Sylvia. Oh, welcome to the Art of Read. I didn't see you here before. Oh, thank you. Art of Read, thank you. And then I think Mary left. I don't know if she left yet, but thanks, Mary, for stopping by. I have a question for people in the chat. Who thinks I need white in the wind? Do I need to add more white in the wind to make it the swirling show up better? I think I put enough black there already. Maybe I just need more black right here, do you think? Or leave it the way it is? Or do I need a little bit of more white in here in the swirling wind to make it show up better? So if some people can answer that question in the chat. Hi, that girl can draw. Welcome. Thanks for visiting. She says more white. Sylvia says dark purple. Artsy Studios say I say add more white. And somebody, and then Ian says it may need dark purple or dark blue. Thank you for your feedback. I got half and half practically of answers. Half people think I should add dark blue or dark purple, and it seemed like half people said white. I don't know about, maybe if I have a, now I'm going to try the light blue. Or I can also just try both. I had this light blue and I thought, oh, is it just gonna see the, no, this light blue? No, it'll just go in, and maybe white or a darker color. Here I do have dark blue. Look back at my reference. It's lighter. They did lighter, but looks like I should add some white. But I don't know if I'm going to fool around with that. Just a little bit of white might be good. So I added dark and maybe a little white. That shouldn't take long. Just a touch of some white. Possibly. Some straight white, let's say. Because the reference photo really, reference photo. The original Starry Night did seem to be lighter here. Yeah, I think so. I think that the dark helped, and so that white is good. Well, I think that's all the white I should add. I think that's pretty good. It's time to move on. Let's see, because I'm not going to go longer than, let's see, I started at 3. I think I'm not going to go longer than 5 o'clock, and if I don't finish this, I'm going to finish this either on another live stream, my next live stream, or I might finish it in a video. I don't know, but I think I have more time. Just a minute. Yeah, I have about 40 more minutes. Okay, so one thing I didn't tell you, and it's actually the last fact I have about Van Gogh, of why he stopped painting at 37 was, okay, this is controversial. I mean, well, they're not sure. Most historians say he committed suicide by shooting himself. I think shooting himself in the head. And then there's other historians that say that somebody else accidentally shot him or something like that. So that's what happened when he was 37. We don't. Most of the time, historians have said he committed suicide, but there's other historians that differ on that. Dark blue for these hills. If you've noticed, I'm pretty much painting with the same angle brush the whole time. I'm like that. I have tons of paint brushes. Well, I do use a variety of brushes, but in some paintings I don't. Some paintings I just stick to like one brush almost the whole time. Now it shows, see that? With that dark hill. Now it's showing medium blue right here with some, probably with some dark paint strokes on top here. Wow, I don't know if that's light enough. I think that'll still work. It may not look exactly like the painting, but I think, I don't know, I think that still works there. since of course it's not an exact replica, it's my interpretation. I'm trying to make it as close as possible, but also down, that's a dark corner right down there. I can make I'll make little changes here and there. And you can't see that whole corner. It's only, I'm going to paint it quickly. It's a dark corner here. You can see some of it. I know, I'm going to paint this quickly. Okay, for the village. The village I drew it in ahead of time because I thought this is going to be a little, this part is a little challenging to me, painting the village. That's why I drew it a little bit out ahead of time. Let me see. Can you see most of it? Let me think. Let me say. Yeah, if I move it like that, you can see most of it. Let me see what you say in the chat. The way I have it right now, could you... I think you cannot see the total bottom. You can see, I think you can see all the way except for 1 inch from the bottom, I think. I'm going to check the chat now. Oh, thank you, Dina, for your kind words. Thank you. And ARTSY Studios says, this is a fun collaboration. Thanks for doing it with me. You're welcome. Oh, thanks, ARTSY Studios, for your kind words. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. So, you can't see the whole village, and I'm pushing it up as far as I can. I might have to put a weight. I'm going to try to push it up and hold it with a weight. I'm going to go for about half an hour more. See if I put it like that and hold it with a weight. Because it slides down, I got a wall, I got a paper there. Let me see. Or I'll just hold it. I could hold it while I'm painting. Now you can see it if I just hold it while I'm painting like that. Now this part right here is just a lot of dashed lines again, kind of like a field behind the village. I think I should dry that, otherwise the dark's going to mix in with that medium. Hopefully in the future I could learn how to mute that. So the village does not show up a lot. It's not the focal point of the painting, so it's going to be a lot in shadow. And not a whole lot of details in the village. It's the swirling sky. It's a swirling sky that is the focal point. And if you weren't here for the beginning, back when Van Gogh painted this, he painted What the Wind Looked Like, people didn't get it. They didn't get it. That was back in 1889. They did not understand why he would paint the way wind looks. To them, they were used to such realism where you could tell it was wind because someone's hat was blowing off or leaves were blowing, and then that's how you could tell that wind was wind was in the picture. So for him to actually paint what wind looks like, nobody understood. I'm going to paint this. This is a cypress tree. I'm going to paint that next. All right, maybe I'll switch to a bigger brush. going to try a flat. The base color for the cypress tree is dark. I'm using black. Van Gogh did use black. Unlike the Impressionists. The Impressionists never used, I'm pretty sure they didn't use black. They didn't like to use black. They would create other kind of dark colors like dark violet, dark blue. But they would try to avoid using black. And I'm not going to get that point with this brush. So just but Van Gogh was not considered an impressionist. He was a post-impressionist, and he did use black. Sorry, I had to see that up close, and I say how some of the underpainting was showing through. And I'm going to mix some brown into this. This brown, I don't think it's going to show, is it? A little? No, too dark. Watch out for that. A little bit that shows. I'm going to add still another lighter color on top. That's yellow. I'm pretty sure that's yellow ochre. That'll do it. Mixing in with the black. Well, I don't want to add too much, just little brush strokes here and there. I might go back and darken that. That might have been too much right there. There's probably some greens that are going in, would go in there too, but I think I'm going to go onto the village. So here's my photocopy reference, and you can see that I'm sure in real life there's going to be lots of colors in there. But here the village is all shades of blue and maybe a little bit of a warm color, warm brown. All mainly shades of blue here. I'm going to move the camera for a minute because it looked like it was, okay, now it's level. Let's see, I push this up for you to see. I see the camera's still not level. Hold on. There. I'm going to play all the light sides of the buildings. Thank you for everybody that's still sticking around, and welcome to people that might have just come in to watch. If there's anybody that just came in to watch, I am doing a challenge. I was challenged I'm doing a challenge / collaboration with ARTSY Studios. His channel's name is ARTSY Studios. He challenged me to recreate the masterpiece of Starry Night, and I've challenged him to recreate the masterpiece of Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. And his video, he'll either do a live stream or a video this week, and I will link his channel down below after this is published. I can get into the description box then. So it was a daunting challenge for me. I'm happy how the sky turned out pretty good. This village, okay, is mostly shades of blue, and now I'm going to get my dark blue. Which is mostly has turned black by now. I know some of the rooftops might have some of that yellow ochre in it to make it a warm brown. If I add yellow ochre to black, it's going to make it create a warm brown. Oh, yeah. Oh, the thing I can't paint is the church. If you know in the real one, there's a steeple here. Because of all this texture here, I wasn't going to be able to do that, so... I see some lights are off, some doors are showing, not too much details. And all this down here, the ground's going to be painted blue. Different shades of blue. I'm going to get some dark blue. And Van Gogh outlined these houses. I already had them like outlined in marker. He outlined those houses in black. And I don't want that black right up next to the cypress tree. I'm going to have to get a different blue, because I don't want that black right up next to it. And then I want to add some lighted windows, and then I want to go over like with some, to get the still have the dash style, the dash marks, paint marks. I'm going to need to add some maybe medium blue. No, I mean I need to get yellow ochre. Doing the village kind of was hard to keep that dash brush strokes going. I'm going to get some yellow ochre now. Okay, I'm going to add some lights in the windows. Oh yeah, with my pale yellow. These light blue rooftops kind of don't look right to me. And I'm not sure what to add. Maybe I should add more yellow ochre on top. I don't know. That's a question for the chat. What do you think I need to do on these light blue rooftops? Add yellow ochre? Like I added yellow ochre here. I think white is not. I think white would be too much. Here's the original. You see, it's very much, the village is very much in the dark. But he did outlining. Maybe that's what I need, the black outlining. I'm going to check the chat and see what people say. And we're just about at the 2 hour mark. Just about at the 2 hour mark. You've smashed this challenge. Oh, thank you, ARTSY Studio. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. That's good, and people can't wait to see ARTSY Studios do his half of the challenge this coming week. Oh, hi, Cliff's still in the house. Thanks, Cliff, for visiting. Well, we hit the 2 hour mark, and the one thing I might do would be outlining these with black paint. And that's just a simple thing I think I might do off camera. Let's see. Does the whole painting show? I pretty much have the camera up high. You can see, I think you can see most of the painting. I think the last thing I'm going to do is off camera, do black outlines and maybe add touches of some color on these. I think the sky turned out great. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. And thanks for asking me to do this challenge, ARTSY Studios. And I look forward to seeing your painting this week. He's going to paint, I challenged him to paint The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. Oh, let me check the chat again. Oh, yes. Ian says I need to stop and give myself time to look at this instead of keep going, because I pretty much just want to stop at the 2 hour mark to get a fresh look at it, and you will see what you need to do. Right. Oh, thanks, Cliff. I'm glad you thought it was relaxing to watch. Oh, you're welcome, Anna. Thank you for coming by. And thank you again to my moderators. You did a great job. Ian, that was, well, I have a few moderators. I don't know who showed up today. I saw Ian and Kylie, but if there was any other moderators there, thank you for doing a great job. Okay, I'm going to turn off the live stream, and thank you again so much for everything. So I got to figure out how to turn this off. Let's see. I'm going to, no, I have to take this off.